Have you ever gilded a lily? Hi, I'm Paul, and I have this series where I talk about English words and expressions they never bothered to teach me in school. And one of them is to gild the lily. And I had to think about it when we had breakfast this morning. We have some guests over from Canada, and I was making my signature oatmeal dish. And it's a very simple dish, and I like to add some fruit and a little bit of sweetness to it. So we had this beautiful nectarines, which I sliced up, and then on top of the nectarines, I drizzled a little bit of authentic Vermont maple syrup that was actually grown in our backyard. So my wife said, Paul, I think you're gilding the lily because the nectarines are sweet as is. They don't need this extra sweetness from the maple syrup. You are gilding the lily. So it's adding something that actually is detracting something because it doesn't need it. Like you have this gorgeous model, she's been on every cover of every magazine, and you start putting layers and layers of makeup on this beautiful woman with flawless skin. She doesn't need that. You don't need to gild the lily because you're actually detracting from her natural beauty. Or, these people who overly decorate their Christmas tree, for instance. Lots of ornaments and you can't see the forest for the trees. It's just too much. You're detracting from the overall picture. You make it worse instead of better. You gild the lily. You do something in excess that doesn't need to be added to. Did you know that this is actually a misquotation from Shakespeare? He wrote a play called King John, and I'll read the quotation from which this saying was taken. And Shakespeare wrote the original line, "To gild refined gold, to paint the lily, is wasteful and ridiculous excess." So he said, to gild refined gold, to paint the lily, is ridiculous and wasteful excess. So he never said to gild the lily. No, he said to paint the lily, but somehow to gild the lily stuck. And it's a misquotation, but it's often used to say that you add or embellish something to improve something that's already perfect, that doesn't need to be improved. Have a great day. Tot ziens. Bye-bye.